Hey, good afternoon, everybody. It's Thursday. Almost made it. Almost to the end of the week. So hang in there. Friday's coming, kids. And this is Just Parlays. I'm your host, Scott Steehn, lead handicapper at winnersandwhiners.com. But the star of the show, the man with the plan, the one and only Mr. Chris King, joins me again today, sweating his ass off from sunny North Carolina, right?
Wrong state.
South Carolina, man. Between you and Tim Earl, I can't keep you guys straight. So
yeah, and the weird part is that there's Greenvilles in both states, but like my wife says, there's pretty much a Greenville in every state across the country. So
that's right, like Springfield.
Yeah, pretty much.
So I hear your AC guy should be there sometime between 15 minutes or right as we get off the air and 2 hours from there.
Yeah, I guess at least it's a better window than the cable guy, where it's like, we'll show up sometime between when we feel like it and not at all.
I tell them that's when they're going to get their payment. You're going to get your payment sometime between the 3rd and the 28th. So be looking for that.
Or not at all,
What's up, Timmy? I know it's a big day for Tim. It is, of course, the January 6th hearing. I'm kidding. It's the College World Series. It's the Super Regionals. So, yeah.
I wonder if Tim is concerned at all about the Mets pitching now after the last couple of days because, Darvish shut them down on Tuesday, and then yesterday they were just awful and made Mineo look good. Bassett got roughed up again.
It shows you that the A's can't decide whether they should keep the good guys or ship the good guys. So they did one of each. They got rid of Bassett. He sucks, but they got rid of Mineo. And Mineo's been pretty damn good so far. Hey, Ninja, what's up, buddy? Good to see Ninja in the house.
Tim said the College World Series starts tomorrow.
I thought it started today.
Yeah, I know is the second game of the Women's College World Series today?
I'm assuming you're talking to Tim.
I'm just curious because I saw Oklahoma beat the snot out of, I think it was Texas yesterday.
Oklahoma has to be the prohibitive favorite in that. Just having watched nominal amounts of women's college softball, it has to be Oklahoma.
And Tim says the Mets never play well on the West Coast. Well, Tim, a few weeks ago, when the Mets were in San Francisco, you got all bent out of shape when I backed the Giants in that game where Logan Webb pitched against Bassett. You talk about Bassett's got an 0.51 ERA on the road and all this. And now the Mets don't play well on the West Coast.
Okay. All right. Well, that sounds like something you and Tim need to work out there, buddy.
Nathan's at the Sportsbook. He wants to play the Dodgers first 5 under and the Dodgers to hold the lead after the first 5. What do you think of that, Scott? Game starts about 10 minutes. It's Tyler Anderson and Dylan Cease.
Yeah. I'm Cease. Cease is one of those guys that jumps up to bite me, but he's been pretty good for the season. Yeah.
But Anderson's 7-0. We talked about Gonsolin yesterday. Who would have thought that there's 2 pitchers that are 7-0 for the Dodgers would be right. Gonsolin and Tyler Anderson.
Tyler Anderson. Yeah, exactly right, man. Steven says he's following my bet today, but he's got the first 5. Okay.
What'd you pick? I didn't see it.
I got Boston plus money at the Angels.
Oh yeah, well we talked about that game last night.
I know. It's what are you going to do? You're going to give me plus money to fade a team that's lost 14 straight? I've got to do it.
I actually like the Dodgers in this game against the White Sox. If you look, Anderson already has matched his career high in wins in a season.
Okay. That's
he's pitched well. He's got good control this year. He's only walked 6 guys in 55 2/3 innings.
Time to get those
53.
Time to get those Tyler Anderson Cy Young tickets.
Yeah, there you go. He's probably like what plus $6 billion.
I want to check the prices here. Tim says Oklahoma's minus 800. Okay.
Yeah, I know they set I think they set a women's college World Series record for homers in a game yesterday. They won like 16-2 or something like that.
So me saying Oklahoma probably has a good chance to win this, not exactly groundbreaking hot take information is what I think what everybody is saying here.
Well, I mean, they're 58-3 on the year. I mean,
let's see.
Pretty good record.
How far in we're to the show? There you go. We're 4 minutes in. First orange shirt comment. Thanks, Nathan. Appreciate it. I call it my traffic cone day, man.
And like we said in the pre-show, if you go back to the halcyon days of NASCAR when such luminaries as Dick Trickle and Harry Gant were racing around in the Skull car. That's the Ricky Rudd orange. As Scott would say, you must really love some Tide.
Man, it's just one of the funniest Hedberg bits. Man, you really like Tide. So it's good to be here, guys. As always, we would implore you to please take a minute, smash the like button. That's all we ask. We don't ask for tips or Patreon or join the super elite club where you get access to VIP information.
Don't sign up for Scott's OnlyFans.
No, I'm still running a little light on my OnlyFans account. I think I'm going to have to put more on, Chris. I think that's the problem. I started I set the bar too high. Is that?
Or you could, if at 3:00 you get some Rigel's OnlyFans where it'll be just different looks at his beard.
Yeah, he just puts the camera on for an hour and you can watch his beard grow. It's pretty fucking amazing. So yeah, don't forget to like and don't forget to subscribe, Chris. We're down to 2 more shows today, tomorrow. That's it on our old friend, the Whiners and Whiners YouTube channel. It's gone finito, kaput, fiend, all over. We're going to be where, Chris? Where will we be?
We'll be on the Max Wagers Network.
Where will we be now? Yes, we'll be on the Max Wagers Network exclusively. That's going to be the place for the live content for this show, for me and Scott, for all the great shows. For you've got Sean Higgs with his Midday Money Show. You got your Allie Burns doing Morning Wood. You got me and Chris. You got me and Scott. You got Sean Miller, soccer, 4:00, 5:00.
Sometimes he talks about Formula One too.
A little F1 there as well. So, and then bringing it on home is the Earl Boys and Detroit Lenny. So check out all the great content. Max Wagers Network YouTube channel. What I say yesterday? Get your ass over there. That's what I'm saying again today. That's our new slogan. Get your ass over there and subscribe.
Don't you dare miss it.
Don't you dare miss it. If you want Chris.
And Tim's asking about Scott's OnlyFans account.
Oh, don't ask about that. It's all right, Tim. I'll tell you what. It's a work in progress. That's the best thing I can say about it right now. It's a work in progress. Barbara Edward Scissorhands 916. That's fantastic right there.
It only would have been better if you put Brutus the Barber Beefcake Edward Scissorhands.
He says he will definitely not subscribe to my OnlyFans. Join literally the entire rest of the world.
It's not an elite club.
Now, back in the day, no, still wasn't doing it. Hey, speaking of OnlyFans, I'm only a fan of Caesar Sportsbook, man. Now, did we put that in the Hall of Fame of fucking segues right there?
We did.
Caesar Sportsbook, you guys know the drill. It's a fantastic deal. $1,100 bet insurance, first bet. If you haven't taken advantage of it yet, if you're new to the show, if you're new to sports betting, it's a great opportunity to get your feet wet. If you got a game today that maybe you like a little more than the others, maybe you're going to load up on something, great opportunity to do that. Caesars guarantees that first bet, like I said, up to $1,100. And first deposit, first bet, Caesars got to be in your state, of course. Got to be 21 to play, except in New Hampshire and Wyoming, where you must be 18. Of course, use the code ATSWINS. Caesar, that's ATSWINSCZR. That code and the link to the site is in the show description, as well as premium picks for your boy in orange and the man in the Bills cap. If you want a little more of our expertise and what we're thinking for that day, those are available. Got dailies, weeklies, monthlies, till the end of time plan. We got all kinds of stuff.
Till hell freezes over.
Lifetime subscriptions. I don't know. I think we do a lifetime subscription, but yeah, get over there, check that out before the prices go up for football, because that's what happens around here. Prices go up for football, buddy. So,
well, that's good to know.
People like the football. They really do.
Foosball. You talking about foosball?
my boy playing foosball. Lex Steele says next Wednesday I'm putting $100 on a shot in the dark. Ooh. So please make non-correlated picks because my book doesn't let me. Okay.
Yeah, just remind me, Lex, and I'll make sure that
What
I'll
day?
have to do is I'll only have to pick one part of whatever hockey game or whatever is on that day, if there is one.
There you go.
We'll work around it and make that come up with something that works for you.
Lex taking a shot in the dark at the shot in the dark.
And Bien, no, Whiners wasn't purchased. We just decided to combine with picks and parlays and come up with the Max Majors network to try and get everybody a little bit more publicity. And
As they said in Independence Day, that's not exactly accurate.
Well, shut up.
Winners and Whiners.
I'm the host of this show.
Winners and Whiners was purchased, but it was back in November. But it was not paid. No, but it's Picks and Parlays and Winners and Whiners were purchased, and then they decided to merge them together.
Right.
They were purchased by RegTech out of Europe. None of this is secret information. It's all publicly available. RegTech is a really cool, dynamic sports betting company out of Europe that's trying to do great things in the States. So that's part of the strategy, and just kind of combining forces, making it one. What was the old show where they put their rings together? You were probably watching it as a cartoon.
Probably
something Unite or whatever.
Oh, the Wonder Twins or whatever.
No, what is the Wonder Twins? What is that?
Do you remember that from the cartoons?
No, man.
Oh. James, Winners and Whiners isn't going anywhere. All the content and everything will still be on the site. It's just a matter of the shows are going to move to the Max Wagers Network, because there'll be other shows that'll be going on to Winners and Whiners channel, right?
Correct. What they're going to be doing is they're going to be expanding the video presence of a lot of the handicappers that you read on Winners and Whiners. They're going to be doing their own videos, and that's going to be what's on the Winners and Whiners YouTube content page. I'll still be there doing my daily pick. Reichel will still be there doing his daily pick. Chris, I don't know how you get away without doing a daily pick. I guess because you do 17 picks during a parlay show. So that, I guess.
Yeah, I know they said something about doing it, but
Captain Planet. Thank you, Ninja. Yes, Captain Planet. Thank you.
But then nobody gets back to me about any of that stuff, so then I don't worry about it.
Fair enough. I'm going to miss Winners and Whiners. That's where I started. Still be there. Yeah, it's all good. I would drive to Laughlin to put in my place. Oh, man, that was back in the day.
And Ninja wanted to know if you were bringing back the Deep Three.
Man, my problem with doing the Deep Three is I just don't have the time anymore to handicap that many games. I would occasionally in the during football season, I will do a Deep Three. I'll try to do a Deep Threes like on Saturday maybe.
And Sly also said, speaking of wrestling, apparently Ric Flair likes hockey because he was at the Lightning game again last night.
Nice.
Speaking of Ric Flair, going to have his 87th final retirement match next month, I believe, at StarCast in Nashville. Flair is like the Keith Richards of professional wrestling. But, he's going to lace up the boots one more time at age, I think, 73.
Incredible. Say what you want about those guys. They're in pretty good shape.
This is true.
To be able to do that and everything. By the way, hockey game was Tuesday night, not last night.
Right.
Basketball.
Basketball last night.
His hockey's tonight. There you go. All right, guys. Well, you know what? I think we've touched all the bases. We've hit all our points. We've done.
Hope you enjoyed the show. We'll see you next week.
Done our housekeeping. It's time. We've even talked about your air conditioning. So hopefully that will be taken care of.
Oh, and beyond the rocking chair winners and calling the cops on it, that's not leaving Scott's show either. It'll just be on the Max Wagers Network on YouTube instead of Winners and Whiners. So just everything make sure you subscribe to the Max Wagers Network.
Everything's going to be at the same time. Everything's going to have the same content. It'll be, if you're already listening on the Max Wagers Network YouTube, or watching rather, whatever, then there will be a seamless transition. You will notice no changes, none whatsoever.
And it'll still be on the podcasts and everything else.
And this is for the majority of people that are like me, that watch a show and at the beginning they babble and shit, and you're like, yeah, whatever, you're probably doing other things, and then like you watch the show, and then Monday you get on the Winners and Whiners YouTube channel, and you're like, fuck, where's the show? And then your brain goes, oh, that's right, that's what they've been babbling about for 2 weeks, and you just go over to Max Wagers Network. That's what I'm thinking 90% of the people are going to do. I could be wrong. I may be putting everybody down to my level, but that's exactly the kind of shit I would do. So, just saying. Hey, Chris.
Hey, Scott.
Want to make some money?
Oh, is that what we're supposed to be doing? I thought we were just here to eat snacks.
Tell me about some baseball, Uncle Quiz.
Well, we got some baseball going on right now, but I know we can't talk about those games because they already started. So, kind of made things a little more difficult from the perspective of the show because now there's only 7 games left that haven't started yet.
Hey, we watched the Royals absolutely make me look like an idiot yesterday. As I said,
kudos on that.
When Toronto was down 3-0, I said this is a terrific time to pound that live Toronto play. Many of our viewers did it, and Toronto came roaring back
to tie the game. Yeah,
for about 20 minutes, I was a genius. Looked like a fucking stone cold Kreskin.
And then reality set in.
And then the reality with the Royals offense, sure. But yeah, then the Royals just went nuts and the pitching clamped down. And Bob's your uncle. There you go. I'm a moron again. So,
and real quick before we go to baseball, Scott, Ninja asked, "What do you think about the Celtics fans chanting at Draymond Green yesterday when he was introduced during the starting lineups?"
What did they say?
It rhymes with kung fu or duck fu.
Oh well, I don't
imagine if he was in Philadelphia, they would have thrown batteries at him.
Why? I don't understand. I understand why Boston hates the other team. Why do they have it all pinpointed on Draymond?
Well, I mean, I think Draymond is basically the modern day version of Dennis Rodman, where nobody likes him.
Okay, all right, just because he's a little more out there than everybody else as far as what he's saying.
And Sly said he hates Uncle Bob.
Fair enough. I can't argue with that, Sly. I don't. I mean, dude, it's Boston fans. I mean, the Boston fans being lewd upset me. No, I mean, I've seen a few years of it, so no. I mean, it's,
like I said, if it's Philadelphia, they throw batteries at him. I mean, come on, they threw snowballs at Santa Claus.
Now, I will say that I think there is a general coarsening of America going on. I think there is behavior that is tolerated and seen these days that would have been a rarity and certainly not tolerated in the past. So, and this old man yells at clouds moment is brought to you by
Miller Lite.
Mucilex. That's right. When you get up and you need a little extra start to that day, it's Mucilex. Oh no! I'm thinking of Metamucil. Sorry. Oh, that was Mucilex. That's the it's not shit, right?
That's Mucinex.
Well, I'm just making shit up now.
And Rye said there was a reason JD Drew got a battery to the head. He slandered his city. Well, Rye, you got to remember you're also talking about a fan base that cheered when Michael Irvin got scraped off the field, among other things. So I mean, let's be honest. When you have the only stadium that has its own jail built into the
that's so not true.
Well, that's the only one they talk about.
Yeah, that's I'll grant you that. I like Rye is a proud. I'm guessing he's a proud Philadelphian. No, I'm just kidding. I know he is. God bless you. You know, if you'd have told the story about Santa Claus, about him booing Santa Claus, Rye would have been like, "Well, he was a fat drunk. Fuck, he wasn't even the real Santa Claus. He deserved to get booed."
And Sly said Draymond is the modern day Bill Laimbeer.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, I could get behind that. All right. Well, you know. I
like Laimbeer.
If you want to shut him up, play well.
True. Not score 2 points and have 4 rebounds and 3 assists and foul out.
Gonna have to have a few more points before you foul out. Yeah. So, you know.
And Wright said Santa was a fat drunk. So you heard it here first, folks. Don't ask him about his opinions on the Easter Bunny. We'll probably hear those tomorrow on the NASCAR show.
I don't know. Have they said something bad about the Easter Bunny in Philadelphia?
It wouldn't surprise me. I mean,
Rye, love you, brother. Make sure. I think we're going to do the show live tomorrow.
Are we?
Jim's already got it loaded up, so we might as well do it live. So, guys are fans of our NASCAR show. We'll be doing it live. The last live NASCAR show on the Winners and Whiners YouTube channel. So,
Bien said Draymond responded to the chance by cashing all his unders.
Outstanding. That's just some funny shit right there. That's first class, Bien Trabajo. Very nice. Chris?
I mean, it was right up to his name there. Bien Trabajo, of course, means good work.
Show me some baseball.
All right. Well, let's go to the diamond, and we will start none other than in the game we talked about just moments ago, the Boston Red Sox and the Angels. Scott, you and I talked about this game last night, trying to figure out how a team that's lost 14 games in a row is favored over anybody.
They're due. It's because Ohtani's on the mound. The feeling is obviously that they're due. They've been close, and Ohtani's.
Yeah, but I mean, come on, they scored no runs in 2 of the last 3 games when all they needed was 2 to win.
I'm aware, sir.
And like you said, Walsh swung at that pitch that hit him in the back foot. I mean,
it wasn't a great look for the Angels last night. You could put together a bumble reel pretty easily with the Angels last night. So,
and as much as they're banking on Ohtani here, he's 0-2 with a 660 earned run average, a 373 on base percentage, a 160 whip in 15 innings in his last 3 starts.
Yep.
Meanwhile, you're facing a guy in Nick Pivetta who I'll be the first one to line up and tell you that I was, kicking him when he was down, when he was 0-4 with an ERA of 10.02 back in April.
Yep.
He's won 5 straight starts. He's got 6 straight quality starts. He's given up a total of 5 runs in his last 41 innings, which, if you're scoring at home, kids, is a 1.10 ERA. That's pretty good, last I checked. And 3 of the runs he gave up were in a game that the Red Sox won by the close margin of 16-3.
Yeah, which is at that point you're just throwing strikes,
right?
You're just trying to get him to hit the ball. That's exactly right. So, yeah, it's almost the opposite. And that's what I talked about on my video, because this is the play I made. I got it at plus 115, and it was just
that's what it was last night when I put out my premiums on it too.
So obviously I'm beating closing line value, but it's been a tale of 2 halves really for both these guys. Now, Ohtani's lost 4 straight. He hasn't pitched horribly in the first couple. They were fine, but these last 2, like you alluded to, 9 runs, 9 innings. That ain't good, man. That is not good at all.
And they're not producing anything at the plate to bail them out.
No, they are not. You just can't. I can't. I don't know how you can possibly get behind the Angels here. And sure, I mean, one of these games, the Angels, just like the Royals did yesterday, they're going to jump up and they're going to play a good game because they've, as they say, Chris, the guys on that side are getting paid money too to play.
Can you believe it? They're getting paid for this.
So at some point, they're going to have a good pitching performance. They're going to put it together with 3 or 4 runs, and they're going to win 4-2, some shit like that. Could today be the day? Absolutely. Could Ohtani be massively good on the mound? We've seen it before. But if you look at the trends and you look at what's happened over the season with these 2 pitchers, I think this is a good spot for the Red Sox.
Yeah, I mean, you're looking, and I know everybody's going to point to the fact that back on May 5th, Ohtani beat the Red Sox 8-0 at Fenway. That loss had dropped Boston to 10-16. They went on to lose 3 more games in a row to get to 10-19. Since that point, Boston has gone 20-8. On the flip side of that, since that point, on May 5th, the Angels were a decent. Let's see what their record was. May 5th, they were 17-10. By comparison, the Angels have now gone 10-21 since then. Not good numbers.
Now,
talk about teams heading in different directions.
Some of your stats at the bottom are just basically, it's just all different ways of saying this is a shitty team that's lost 14 games in a row. You're going to face a lot of right-handers. You're going to face a lot of, they've faced some winning teams in this stretch. Some of the games against the American League East, they played some of them at home. We're just going to put brackets around this and going, look, guys, they're 0-14. That's all you need to know. So really, you could have written this in one sentence, and I thought about doing the same thing last night. The team that's lost 14 in a row should never be a favorite. Signed, Scott.
End.
Take Boston. But then you delve into it, and you can actually lay out a pretty good case for this game. I totally agree. What else you got?
All right, we're going to move on to Minnesota, where the Yankees disappointed us yesterday with their worst performance since mid-April?
Probably, yeah.
Now you got the guy that Scott loves to throw under the bus, and right after he does it, this guy bounces back. He threw him under the bus last week against Detroit. What did Garrett Cole do?
You know him, you love him. He stepped up and made me look like a moron once again.
Apparently, there's some real animosity between Scott Steehn and Garrett Cole if you're scoring at home.
Yeah, we've got beef, and I'm sure he's stays up at night worrying about it. Like, oh man, I got to watch and see if Scott had anything to say about me today.
Yeah, Cole went 7 shutout innings. You have 2 hits, no walks, 9 strikeouts as the Yankees squeaked out a 13-0 win over the Tigers in his last outing.
I'll tell you what, if I don't lay off of him, he's going to unsubscribe from my OnlyFans. That's my biggest fear.
And that'll take away, 50% of your subscribers?
Yeah. That's I don't even want to talk about it.
Meanwhile, he's facing Dylan Don't Call Me Al Bundy. But, I'd rather have Al Bundy pitching than Dylan Bundy right now because you look at his numbers he had in his last 6 starts. He had 1 start where he gave no runs in 3 innings. Then he had 1 start where he gave 1 run in 5 2/3. His other 4 starts in that span, 6 runs in 6 innings, 9 runs and 3 2/3 against the Orioles, 4 runs in 6 innings against the Tigers, and in his last start, he gave up 6 runs on 8 hits and 2 1/3 against the Blue Jays. Giving up 9 runs and 3 2/3 against the Orioles is bad enough.
That's not a good look. He started the season really well.
Won his first 3, I think.
First 3 starts out of the gate, 0.59 ERA. You're like, my God, finally, Dylan Bundy has arrived. They've unlocked Dylan Bundy. And then as you alluded to, Chris, after those first 3 starts,
reality set in.
He's been not good. 8.44 ERA in his last 6 starts. I think he comes with a sign on his back that says "Fade me."
Yeah, I remember I took him in that game against Tampa Bay that started that trend when he gave up 6 runs in 6 innings, and it's just been downhill ever since. He's given up 8 homers or 7 homers. No, wait, it's all 8 of them in those last 6 starts. 42 hits allowed in 26 2/3 innings.
Nothing good you can say about his last 6 stretch. Absolutely.
Yeah. Did you see what opponents are hitting against him right now? 350.
That's putting it in play.
Congratulations. You just basically made every hitter Ty Cobb or,
10
Speaker.
1017 OPS. It's just there's the only thing you can say about Bundy that's decent is he's getting some strikeouts.
True.
But that's really it. He's missing a few bats, but the ones he ain't missing, they're not missing when they put it in play either. So absolutely brutal. All right, I'm okay with the Yankees there. I'm okay with the Yankees on the run line. They're getting 9.
Yeah, I think at -2.5, I think it goes to plus money.
Well, you're getting pretty good value there. You're getting 75 cents of value with a better team on the road. That's not bad at all. I've certainly seen that in the neighborhood of 50 to 55 cents of value. So I think given the circumstances, then I'm totally fine with the run line there with the Yankees.
Yeah, at -2, it's plus 100. At -2.5, it's plus 115.
Okay.
Just throw those out there in case anybody wants to, go after plus money if you think that Bundy's going to get, lit up.
Fair enough. Chris, you want to talk about some NHL?
We can talk about the one game on the schedule.
Hey, it's going to be better. It's going to be better than tomorrow night when there are 0 games on the schedule.
True. Lex said he's going to take the Yankees over 6 for the team total. And what do you think about a 4 Yankee RBI single game parlay? Who are the 4 you got, Lex? Are you going Stanton, Judge, Torres? I don't know. Who'd you throw in for the 4th, Scott? You got anybody off the top of your head?
I would maybe think about throwing somebody in the 6, 7, 8 spot, because there's a good chance if Bundy gets into trouble, he runs into trouble against the big bats. They bring in a reliever. The reliever faces one of the down lineup guys and has an opportunity. There some guys on base, so I'd maybe throw one of those guys in.
Would you contemplate throwing like a LeMahieu in there, even though he's at the top of the order if they rotate around?
Yeah, it's not a terrible idea. It's kind of the same thing. Although you're really, man, it's tough to take a leadoff guy because you're costing yourself probably 25% right off the top. He's going to have less opportunities to drive people in. So
unless you're Jose Altuve, where you're driving yourself.
Yeah, I mean, you could take like a Ricky Henderson or somebody like that.
Yeah.
But for the most part, I would be really wary of leadoff guys for an RBI prop. Although you're going to get a good price on him.
Lex said we can solidify the Yanks win if Tim bets against them.
Absolutely.
And then Bronco said, or when you do.
If I was, I don't want to say too much about this game. I might talk about this game later. So,
all right, well, we'll move to the ice. And Scott, we talked about this the other day with the Lightning. Would the Rangers have any confidence going home 2-2 after leading the series 2-0? You said no. Well, guess what?
Here they come.
And, you have to wonder, and, in the playoffs, everybody talks about how momentum rules the day. And, if you're talking about a team with momentum, it's got to be the Lightning. They've won Game 3 in the final minute. They completely shut down the Rangers in Game 4. New York scored a power play goal late after they were already down 3-0. Do you think that the Rangers, they've won 8 in a row at home. Can they make it 9, or do you think they're in trouble here?
I know that's the line that's being preached in the Rangers locker room right now. We still have the home ice advantage. We've still got the upper hand. So go out and do blah, blah, blah. I don't mind the Rangers at plus money here, bud. I have to be honest with you. I know I know Tampa Bay was rolling, or is rolling right now. However, you know what? The Rangers were rolling when they went to Tampa Bay. So, desperation does weird things. And the Rangers, like you said, they've been 8-0. Have they lost in the playoffs at home yet?
I think they might have early on. Let me double check real quick.
Sorry, I didn't put you on the spot.
No, it's okay. Yeah, I know they lost Game 1 to Pittsburgh because they lost in triple overtime.
So, if the defense can step up, they've still got Igor. They've got one of the very few goalies that can be mentioned in the same breath as Vasilevsky. So,
yeah, that's the only loss they have in at home in the playoffs was that triple overtime game.
Okay. So they are yet to be behind after 3 periods at home.
That is correct.
Pretty impressive. So as long as they've got Igor between the pipes, they've got a puncher's chance. At plus money, you're getting them at plus 110, 113, something like that right now.
Yeah, give or take.
I'm okay with that. You're going the other way here, huh?
Yeah, I'm going the other way. You have to think, Dylan Strome didn't play in Game 4. He warmed up, didn't play. He's questionable tonight. Philip Cheidel is also questionable tonight because he got hurt in Game 4 and didn't return. If those two guys don't play, you're taking away 2/3 of what they call the kid line. And then Gerard Galant's got to try and shuffle around bodies, try to figure out who's going to match up where.
Right.
I get that they'll get last line change and stuff, but Shesterkin, or Shesterkin, however you want to pronounce it, we'll just call him Bob. Not to be confused with Sergei Bobrovsky, the Florida goaltender, but they still hung him out to dry for stretches. And we talked the other day about how the Rangers have to tighten up in their own end of the ice.
Right.
And on the flip side, Vasilevsky has faced 47 even strength shots in the last 2 games. Stopped all of them. The only goals that the Rangers have scored in the last 2 games were power play markers.
Right.
So, unfortunately, you don't get to play half the game 5-on-4 or 5-on-3 or 4-on-3. You got to win at even strength. And with those injuries, I'm a bit concerned that the Rangers, don't have it.
It's certainly not ideal. I would agree, and I do understand the price. I think the right team's favored, but I like the value taking a shot at the Rangers here. So,
I'm not saying that the Rangers can't win. I'm just saying that they've got an uphill climb here.
Fair enough. You got a thought on the total, or we're gonna touch on that a little bit later?
Got that down a little bit later. Rye said the Rangers are done. Now we won't say that that's because Rye might have a little bias because living in Philadelphia with the Broad Street Bullies, which in this season was the Broad Street Babies or the Broad Street Bitches because they were just absolutely terrible. They made the Buffalo Sabres look good.
Wow.
And that's saying something.
Shots fired. Why don't you just tell them the fucking Liberty Bell is overrated and cheesesteaks are terrible food?
I like cheesesteaks.
Why don't you just beat the man while he's down, Chris?
Well, I mean, we could. I mean, that's what Bobby Heenan would tell you that, That's what winners do.
That's why doing the show live tomorrow is going to be fun because I'm going to stir that Philly pot. I'm gonna stir it. I'm gonna remind Rye of everything you said.
Tim, make up your mind. Are you a Sabres fan or you a Hurricanes fan? Because if there's one thing I hate when it comes to fandom, it's I like 47 teams in the same league. Well, this isn't a participation trophy league. We don't give out things just because, you want to like everybody. This isn't kindergarten.
See, that's the advantage you have when you live somewhere without major league teams. You can really pick any ones you want.
Yeah, but you pick one. You don't pick 15 different teams in the same league.
That'd
be like you saying, yeah, I like the Chiefs and the Raiders and the Chargers and the Broncos.
That would be weird. You can't like any teams in your division. That's kind of a rule. You can like other teams. Like
you can't.
What?
No, you can't.
What are you, 12? You can like other temes?
No, you pick one team. That's it.
Yeah, the teams I like? The ones I have money on. Those are my favorite teams. Who's ever, on that Sunday, who's ever got my backing, you're my favorite.
Tim, I grew up in New York too, but I don't like the Sabres or the Islanders.
How do you don't like Buffalo?
No, I never liked the Sabres.
Why?
Just never liked them.
Okay, well, that's certainly laid out a fine case. Thanks, bud.
I mean,
and what's your team?
In hockey, I've always liked the Maple Leafs.
The Maple Leafs. You couldn't even pick one in your own country. Good Lord.
No, because I mean that's the thing. Toronto was always on TV, because you get all the Canadian channels.
Or the Atlanta Braves of the NHL.
Well, no, because being that close to the border, you get the Canadian channels. You get 5, and you get CBC and you get CTV. So I'd see the Blue Jays on TV a lot too.
Yeah.
I mean, Bronco knows about it. Bronco would get all those Canadian channels when he lived up there.
That's pretty cool. I never thought about that. You'd be able to pick up so then when they go off the air, do they play "O Canada" instead of the national anthem?
I don't know. I never was up when they actually went off.
Instead of an American Indian, it's Eskimo.
Hey, why not?
Okay, fair enough. Okay, so you like the Lightning here. You lay out a pretty good case. Yeah, I'd like sometime I'll put you together with a good buddy of mine who argues there's no such thing as momentum in sports.
That'd be interesting.
He's a very sharp dude, and he lays out a good case for it. So
my counter would be the 1993 wild card game between the Oilers and the Bills.
Dude, we've had all these conversations. We had the conversation as the Indianapolis Colts were in the process of coming back against.
Yes, that game.
So
the Alex Smith game.
Sure. Yeah. Yep. So anyway, all right, moving on.
All right, so you ready to make some money?
Yeah, I could use some. I could use some money.
You could, huh?
I'm good. I got to put some gas on my car, so maybe I'll put $12 in instead of 10 today.
Yeah, how much are the gas prices out there?
$4.30.
Oh, so it's about the same as here then.
Probably.
I know a lot of places, it's up near where the first number is, has Lincoln on the bill.
I'll tell you what would be brutal is getting gas on the lake, because gas at the lake usually like a couple of bucks higher.
Oh yeah, because it's a tourist trap.
Well, it's on the lake. It's
right.
You're not going to trailer your 35-foot cigarette boat to go get gas. But man, some of those boats suck up 15, 18 gallons an hour. So you're out there at $6 an hour, or $6 a gallon. You're burning 100 plus dollars every hour just in gas. Jesus Christ.
You might as well just stay home.
Oh man.
I liked when I lived in Missouri right after, when Hurricane Katrina and everything happened, was right around the time I moved there. And, gas prices were high. And then after they started coming down, you would leave in the morning and gas would be one price, and you'd come back at night and gas would have dropped like 15 cents.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So it was down to like a buck, a buck something back then.
Mm-hmm.
And Bien Trabajo says you don't need any money. Your OnlyFans is rocking. So apparently you got a new subscription while we were here.
Nice.
So, I get a cut of that for promoting it.
You do not, but that's all right, buddy. All right. Give me a couple two-teamers. How'd the two-teamers do yesterday, Chris?
We
get home or somebody fuck us?
No, the Marlins Celtics one hit. The Yankees screwed us over.
Oh, goddamn you! I had the Marlins on the run line too. How frustrating is Alcantara goes 9 shutout innings.
I know, and gets the big ND.
Yeah, he doesn't even get the win, let alone the cover. They scored nothing for him, nothing. And you got Miami as the home team, of course. And if there's one team that you really want to count on to hit a fucking home run to cover that run line in the bottom of the inning, it ain't the Marlins.
They used up all their homers the night before.
It's not Miami. So anyway, all right, let's rock and roll here.
Yeah, like I said, with so few games to pick from, I had to get some ugly lines in here, so I apologize. The Braves over the Pirates. It's Max Fried against everybody's favorite Pirates pitcher. Scott, do you know who it is?
Brubaker.
It is.
Heartbreaker, the maker, Brubaker.
JT Rutabaga.
Okay.
He's 0-5, I believe. 4.70 ERA, 1.452 WHIP, 24 walks, 53 strikeouts. His earned run average could be worse. He's given up 8 unearned runs. Seems to be an ongoing trend with the Pirates. Hey, our ERA is not terrible because we play such poor defense.
It's almost like your defense isn't good. Yeah, I don't want to jump to conclusions.
I wonder how many unearned runs the Pirates have allowed.
Yeah, see, we talked about this the other day. If this game goes off a month ago, it's 180, 185. But we've got a better book on these guys. We've seen Brubaker that the fact that he sucks isn't an aberration. So you start seeing these fucking 260s, 280s, 300s,
There you go. The Pirates have allowed 36 unearned runs.
That has to lead the league.
In 54 games.
That has to lead the league.
Oh, I would imagine. I mean, Brubaker's allowed 8 unearned runs, Quintana 3, Zach Thompson 5, Bryce Wilson 4, Crow 2, Bednar 1, Stratton 3, Contreras 1, DeJong 2, Underwood 1. Both Sulsters allowed 9 runs. Only 4 of them were earned.
It's brutal.
Tyler Beatty's given up 5 runs, 4 earned. So, I mean, that's just a truckload of unearned runs.
It really is. Brubaker had 2 good starts there in the middle of May. Into May. Well, 2 starts ago. Second, 2 and 3 starts ago. But he certainly made everybody forget about those 2 starts his last time out as he just got reeled against Arizona and Merrill Kelly. So,
and they're actually not the worst. I'll be damned.
Really?
The Rockies have given up 39 unearned runs.
Oh, the Rockies, of course.
Including one last night that cost them the game.
Yeah, we were talking about that in real time. Fried has been very good all year.
The Rays 34 unearned runs. The Brewers 33. So apparently we're getting some bad defense around the league. On the flip side, the Reds, they've given up 6,008 runs, but only 9 of them are unearned.
Fair enough. I don't hate a first 5 play here either, but Fried is going to give you some length. He's going to go at least 6.
Right.
That's the great thing about him. It's a night off, or it's a light night for your bullpen when Fried goes. Brubaker, on the other hand, as you might suspect with those kind of numbers, usually gets you into the 5th. Maybe get through 5, and then you get 4 shots at a Pittsburgh bullpen that's been
mediocre.
I was going to say better than expected, I guess. I'm only because they're not horrible, but they're still not great. But yeah, I'm going to be honest. I'm not interested in laying 265.
No, I think they'll cover the run line.
It's run line for me or pass in this one. So
Yeah, and the Guardians are actually playing the A's. I forgot to update that because I just left the Guardians in the spot there when I was updating the sheet. They're playing Oakland. It's Kaprelian, who's got an ERA of over 6, against Pilkington.
Pilkington sounds like he's the name of the Monopoly guy. It's J.D. Pilkington III. Good afternoon.
Pilkington's pitched pretty well, though. I mean,
yes. Yeah.
I was surprised because, I mean, when I saw him come up, I'm like, who the hell is this guy?
Right.
But, he's, made 3 starts because he came out of the bullpen to begin with. And, he's got a win. He's got a 2.65 ERA. Let's see.
Well, Chris, Pilkington doesn't have to be faster than the Bear. He has to be faster than you. And that's the case with Kaprelian. Pilkington doesn't have to be great, but Kaprelian has been not great on the season, and he's been really not great his last few outings as he's given up 4 or more in his last 3, and that's 13 earned over his last 14 2/3 innings. So that's not any good right there, my friend.
Yeah, I remember when they had high hopes for him.
Yeah. Well, and he came up and he was okay. He was roughed up his first time out, and then had a couple 3 competent starts, going 5 1/3, right in that neighborhood, giving up a couple runs.
And then he's been lit up.
You see this a lot, and you see guys would come in and make 3 or 4 good starts, and then the league, they start to get good film on them. They start to get good tape on them, and they are able to make adjustments. And it's always interesting to see what these guys do after the league adjusts the first time, as they, just the cat and mouse game goes on. So right now, Kaprelian is not doing a good job of readjusting after the league has adjusted to him to start with. So
no bueno.
Until further notice, I'm okay with fading him for sure.
And we talked about the Yankees already, so.
Oh, your AC guy's on the way. Good to see they're in a hurry, man. That's nice.
I know. That could be dominoes. You never know.
27 minutes and counting, you fuckers. Okay. Very, very good. And
ready to move on to the 4-teamer?
I was trying to look up and figure out what game we were talking about there. Then I remembered that you hadn't changed out the Rangers. I'm like, wait a minute.
Yeah, it's supposed to be the A's.
Where are the A's at? All right. We'll go through the payouts here real quick. Because you're laying such heavy wood there in Atlanta, your 2-team money liner is going to be a little less than 3-2, 147.
Sadly, it's better than the other one.
The run line is 430, 4.3 to 1. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Not bad at all. And your other one, 2-teamer, 138 on 100, 287 on a 2-teamer. You're chopping some serious wood there, buddy, with the Guardians and the Yankees.
Which makes no sense, but I mean, they're, like I said, if you look at some of the other numbers that were in the late games, they're ugly.
They are. They absolutely are. And it's if people are watching for the first time, they may like, oh, way to go. He's going to pick, 240 under. Like, But if you're a regular watcher of the show, you know that Chris tries to avoid this kind of shit. And Scott and I try to avoid it on our show as well. We're not going to give you, we really like this one at minus 260 today. So
yeah, I like Clayton Kershaw at minus 475 over
that's the fucking Vegas Dave Whale play, isn't it?
Yeah, over the Little Sisters of the Poor YMCA team.
Yeah, exactly. So, but sometimes, and you'll see it on Wednesdays, and you'll really see it on Thursdays.
Oh God, I haven't even looked at tomorrow's schedule yet.
It's getaway day. It's off day, and you've got a light slate, and you're going to have to scramble. So, yeah, what are you going to do? Let's go some 4-teamers.
All right. We're going to start that off with Mika Zibanejad of the Rangers. I look for him to go over 2.5 shots on goal. The Rangers, if they're going to win this game, they're going to have to get some production from guys like Zibanejad and Kreider. What better way to do that than by actually shooting the puck at the net?
Hey,
I know that's a foreign concept to some people, but these things actually do happen.
Red Sox, roll them up.
Yeah, I contemplated putting them up top, but I figured they'd be a better fit in here.
See, there's 60 cents of value right there. There's what I was talking about earlier. That's what you normally see with the visiting team somewhere closer to that range. So
And this next one just shows you how ugly the lines are. Like we said, with only the 7 games to choose from that start after the show ends, or after the show ends. You had to go with this. The Giants, Logan Webb going against Austin Gomber. And if there's a guy that we know has fallen off a cliff lately, it's Austin Gomber.
Better on the road, though. My problem with that.
In his last road start, he gave up 8 runs on 7 hits, 3 walks, and an inning and a third.
Yeah, he totally went against type. He had a decent home start and he had a shitty road start. He totally went against how he'd been. So
yeah, and he started against the Giants back on May 9th, gave up 5 runs and 5 and a third, and an 8-5 loss here at Oracle Park. And this goes back to the Logan Webb theory. We talked about it in that game when we were talking about earlier with Tim about when Bassett came to town. The Giants win games when Logan Webb pitches at home.
17 in a row now?
18 in a row now.
18 in a row.
Yep.
Sometimes this shit you can't necessarily explain it. It just is. It's the same way some guys get a lot of run support all season long. Some guys get nothing. There's no rhyme or reason for it. Sometimes it just is. And as a handicapper, every once in a while, you just have to accept things like that.
And Rye said, but Gomber's wife is hot. I think he said that last time we talked about Gomber, too.
I'm going to have to look her up because I don't know if you knew this or not, but a lot of major league professional athletes have very attractive spouses.
Have you seen Justin Verlander?
you know she's my favorite, but good for him. Good for him.
And finally, I'm going to go off the reservation here a little bit. I'm going to take the Nationals over the Marlins. Steven Strasburg expected to make his season debut tonight for the Nats.
Oh, cool.
And he's an underdog, which just shows how bad the Nationals are. But I'll take plus money with Strasburg over Trevor Rogers. Not to be confused with Buck Rogers, Buddy Rogers, Paul Rogers. Okay. Anybody else I'm missing?
My friend Hines Rogers.
Okay. Roger Daltrey.
You don't know him. Roger Daltrey and Bingo the Wonder Mule.
But, Rogers 2-5. His ERA is 5.8 on the year. His last 3 starts, he's 0-1 with a 9.24 earned run average. He's given up 5 homers and 12 2/3 innings in that stretch. 8 walks, 10 strikeouts, 403 on base percentage in that span, and a 197 whip. I'll take Strasburg even if he's on a pitch count because I can't see Washington not beating up on him to get some aggression out after looking so piss poor against Sandy Alcantara yesterday.
Not a chance.
One other thing, Rogers 1-3 at home. His ERA 10.57.
Yeah, nope, not playing this. God bless you. I see the logic of fading Rogers at plus money. I just don't want to get behind a guy that hasn't pitched since the Reagan administration. So
when DeGrom comes back, you'll fade him too.
DeGrom pitched this season.
No, he hasn't.
It's pitched last year. DeGrom, who wasn't great last year? Steven Strasburg. No, not. And it could work out. I'm sure he's. I'll tell you what I did want to do. I wanted to look up his minor league numbers and see what he did. And it doesn't always mean anything because sometimes they're working on particular things, whatever. But I am kind of curious.
He threw 6 scoreless innings at Rochester. Gave up 1 hit, 1 walk, 4 strikeouts.
That's his only.
He made 2 starts in A ball. Went 1-1 with a 3.52. 3 runs, 3 hits, 5 walks, 9 strikeouts, and 7 2/3. So all told, in the minors, 3 minor league starts, 1-1, 198 ERA, 0.732 WHIP.
Well, I mainly wanted to see how many innings he'd thrown.
13 2/3.
Yeah, I got it. I think that's funny when they put the year differential in there. He's 11.2 years older than the average guy in A ball.
You would hope so, right?
No shit.
Yeah, I'm 37 down here playing an A ball.
Crash Davis down there. All right, buddy. More power to you. And if you were to hit all 4 of those on the money line, paying about 10 to 1, 1,036 on a hundo. You want to lay some wood with the Nationals? God bless you. Getting a nice price, getting some serious value there on the Giants because they're at home and they're not scoring. But if you did all those things and it all came together, how about 24-1, my friend? $2,463 on a $100 bet. So let's get Lex warmed up. Let's show him what a shot in the dark would have been today.
We got the A's and the Guardians. I think that's going to stay under 8.5. We said Oakland can't score. Cleveland is decent offensively, but this is like when we talk about the Royals. Are the A's going to contribute enough to push the number over the total? And I don't see that happening.
Fair enough.
The Pirates and the Braves, they like to go over because everybody goes over at Truist Park. It's just, the rite of passage. You show up, you drink some overpriced beer, watch the races, and end up with a game that ends up like 13-2.
Okay.
The Rockies and Giants, I think, will go over 8. We talked about Gomber's last start here was an 8-5 game. This could be a good chance for the Giants to actually, put some runs on the board. Because we haven't seen very many in the first couple games of this series.
Next game is the land of the barefoot. Let's find out who has one shoe, Chris.
Well, you skipped over Cole getting over 7.5 strikeouts, but that's okay.
Okay, sorry. That's right.
Yeah, this game is just horrible, but it just shows you how bad the slate was. On the plus side, the Royals get to face Jordan Lyles, who was supposed to pitch yesterday, but it was pushed back because of the rain out. And he's going to face your good friend there, Scott, Chris Bubich.
Man, there's one guy I just can't figure out.
And everybody else.
That is Chris Bubich. So I'm laying off this game, so you guys have at it. But no, I can't even. Okay, take the Royals. Sure, fuck, whatever, buddy. Under 5.5. I kind of figured that's how you were leaning there when I mentioned it earlier. But
yeah, I think like Rye said, it's going to be a 3-2-4-1 kind of game.
Yeah, we even got a scramble goal with an empty netter the other night.
And still only got the 4-1.
Still only got the 4-1, right?
I look for Tampa Bay to win in regulation. I just think,
solid.
Just like this could be the turnaround, the revenge for the Rangers beating Tampa Bay and ending their streak of wins after a loss. Could be the end of the Rangers' home win streak.
Yep, absolutely true. Absolutely true. Timing and regulation, very good. He's going all in on Tampa Bay. Sure, why not? Very good.
I like that. Yeah, sure, why not?
Chris, I believe you summed it up earlier. But was you got Fox and Kreider both over 2.5 shot? Somebody's going to have to fucking shoot the goals. Somebody's going to have to shoot the puck and score some goals.
I mean, Fox was held without a shot for the first time in the playoffs the other day. He's going to have to shoot the puck and hopefully create some rebounds or something like that. Kreider, he scored, 50 in the regular season? Right around there.
Yep.
He's got to have to shoot it. And Kucherov, he's been on the ice for 8 of Tampa Bay's last 9 goals. He's got a point on 6 of those. So if you want to chase him being a goal scorer, as anytime goal scoring number, I think is plus 165. Or, I think his total for over 1.5 points is right around the same. I mean, like I said, he's got a point on 6 of the last 9 for Tampa Bay. You could do worse.
Yeah, you absolutely could do worse. No question about it. All right, bud. And if you were to play all 10 of those successfully, just playing it the easy way on the money line, it's going to pay you $106,000 on 100. That's better than 1,000 to 1 shot, kids.
And the funny thing is, just look, there's only one that I had to change the thing on. Look at what the difference in value did to the bottom line.
Yep, it's pretty substantial, and that is, of course, the Kansas City Royals at plus 170. God bless.
Just remember, Scott, 2 weeks ago on a Thursday, we had the Kansas City Royals.
That's right.
This section.
That's right. That's right. With a comeback win.
Yeah, 3 in the 8th to beat the Twins when Scott Barlow got out of a bases loaded no out jam in the bottom of the frame and then closed it out in the 9th.
Yep, exactly right, my friend. All right, there you go, guys. So good luck to everybody. We appreciate everybody stopping by today. Chris, any final thoughts?
Hopefully tomorrow will be a better day schedule-wise than it was today.
Well, hopefully for you, Chris, it's going to be a better day heat-wise as they get your AC fixed. I know we're all rooting for you.
Otherwise, it'll be homicide.
There you go. So I could be doing the show. It'll be no parlays. It'll be called Just Scott, no parlays, because Chris is in jail. So
just Scott.
Hey, you guys have a great day. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for all the comments. We appreciate it as always. Stay tuned if you've got the ability. Scott and I will be right back on the other side of the hour. After traffic and weather on the nines, we'll be back here on this same platform with our thing, a little back to the window action. But until then, it's me and Chris. We do it every day, 2 o'clock Eastern time, Monday through Friday. We talk about a lot. We all bring it home and talk about
Just Parlays.
There you go. We'll see you next time, guys. Take care.